All right. Let's go. What's going on, Facebook Live? And today, we have a special guest. This is the guy that I really look up to, and he is known as a boxer. This is Bishop. How you doing, man?
You got it, man. What's going on with you?
I'm doing all right. So today we're going to be talking about his career and in the military. So explain to the fans like you how you started your career in boxing. Let's start off with that one. So how do you start your career?
Well, it's something like a recreation sport that you get into and stuff with your trainer. And thing about it, it's really dependent on how ambitious that your trainer is too.
Yeah.
He was very low of a person, man. He he trained after we left and went into the army and everything. He started training him around my age.
Yeah.
So that's the way it works, really.
So what year did you go into the army? Like what year?
52 to 54.
1950, 52 and 1954.
Right.
Oh, okay. So who was the first man? I got one. So I got one. And when you started your career, who was the first person you ever fought in boxing?
The first person what now?
That you ever fought in boxing?
I have a scrapbook that my granddaughter went to the two magazine. That's what I'm talking about. Two newspaper companies. They had a black company back then too, but they didn't record nothing on on my career. And in Carolina, the main but
Yeah.
they wanted to hear all the see what you can do. You can get your buddy to come back, and sometimes if you can get him to do it, he could pick up my magazine and with a promise that he would bring it back, and you could see the whole thing,
Yeah. So let's talk about on the Melvin Whiteside show. So explain to the fans, your career. How did your career, like your career? What year did your career end?
Matches started off in the late 40s because I went in service in 52, and I had just retired from boxing, maybe 23 years or something like that. Back before that.
So how many years?
So
So how many years ago was that?
after I retired, I went to service, I told you in 52, and I had heard this, talking like I'm trying to talk as a memory, and I just opened up my magazine here, and that's the reason why I want you to see this magazine.
Mm-hmm.
It starts off the top, the first page when you turn it over, got my picture in it. And the topic is sort of encouraged by his uncle RP Western and Bishop in 1946. I thought it was in the 40s, but I didn't remember exactly. But then he said his trainer began at Grace Community Center. That's not exactly true. That too, we started back in a couple of gyms. One was a church gym. Then as we got older, my father was. That's when we got into this Lewis Center high school. So anyway, but then it tells you that what school I went to was Central High. And then you got a picture of me on the first page. So I haven't even, the first time I opened up this magazine and, oh boy, quite a few years now. Except when, when some friends or neighbors come by or something, I showed it to them. Yeah, and then when I'm talking to you, I opened it up. And I think I said, it turned on the first page, and that was a picture of me. And it seems strange, look at it. It would look like I've never even seen this magazine before. Just, to see yourself in the head of this magazine, that's remarkable. I'm glad I opened it up. It's really wild for you to see it.
Yeah. So guys, I wanted to say, this man, he's a really good friend of mine, as you all know, guys, he's one of my really good friends, very, good friends, and I really enjoy, talking to him. And it was, he's, like every time I would be upset, he, this man, he was always there. Ain't that right, Bishop?
He said he's always there.
I feel like you were always there, like when I would be upset or feel sad. This is my true friend. Bishop is one of my true friends, and also this is the guy that I truly look up to, and I'm very glad to have him, as a friend. Ain't that right, man?
That's great.
Yeah.
It's really nice.
Because like every time I would be upset, I wanted to tell y'all fans, every time I would be upset or I would feel, he's the only guy that I would ever, come to. He would be the guy that I would come to. Isn't that right, man?
That's a compliment.
Yeah.
That's very good.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
So like I said, he is so he is known as a boxer, ain't that right?
Right.
So,
amateur.
So he was known as an amateur boxer. So yeah, he was an amateur boxer back way back in the day, guys. Back in the 40s and stuff like that.
Yeah, 46.
1946. So it was in 1946, guys.
Yeah, started. He's 14 years old.
Yeah. This man, he started when he started. So he started his. So how did it start? So he started his career when he was 14. And
he was training with Fred Stoner.
He was
same training that trained
Yeah. So how did you So I got a question. Who was your trainer? Like, let's talk about that. So who was your trainer?
I just named it. I said it. I trained under the same trainer that Muhammad Ali, trained under. But Mama Ali came, after me, after me and my buddies,
Oh, okay.
got into service,
So it was the same trainer that Muhammad Ali had?
You're right.
Oh, okay.
But actually, it's just the other way around. See, we was much older than Mama Ali, so he actually came after us, really,
Yeah.
Because when we got drifted into service, that's when he hooked up with a trainer, But that's in the history books too, in the career journal that this where my granddaughter got this report to put in this magazine. And it's amazing too because she's my granddaughter and my own sons and everything. So I didn't even think about, doing that research,
Yeah. So so tell me, so where did you so when did you graduate high school?
Actually, I dropped out in the 12th grade, and so when I started working for school bus, they required you have a high school education, and I had started driving for about 2 years, and that was a requirement. But back then, they had the arrangement was to require all the trainees to be a high school graduates, and so what they started doing that is because they wanted their students and everything stuff, be encouraged, to graduate and everything, and so they put it as a mandatory to do that, and so after I did the training, passed it for 2 years. That's when he required for me to bring my diploma in. And I said, well, but I didn't graduate from college at that time. I went back to school to get my diploma because they said that was a requirement, and that if I didn't go back, I wouldn't be able to, keep my job, But he wanted me to do it because he said, he wanted me to stay as a driver. And I look back on it, and I'm glad he did because I went back and the teachers back in those days, but it was a requirement more or less for you to graduate because it taken a reputation actually away from them if they didn't meet the requirement that you didn't meet. The students stick to their studies and graduate from school. It made them feel like, that they was a failure. And so my instructor told me that I could go over to this junior high school over on Westboro Road that they and you could get your diploma there. You know.
So, I do have a question. I do want to ask. So explain. So explain to fans how we met. Like I met you from your son, right? So I met you from your son, right?
Right. Uh-huh.
So like how we met. So explain how we met. It was it in church? It was in church, wasn't it? It was in church. It was on the phone. I think I met you on the phone for the first time, very first time.
Right.
And I remember one time, I think I said, I think I wanted to say hi one time, and let's see, how did that go? Like, you remember?
I don't know. Right now, I'm thinking about it because, like I said, me and my wife both was going to our son's church when he first started. And that's how I guess we got connected there. But after a while, we stopped going all the way over there.
Yeah, we met. We've known each other for a couple years now. Has it been some years now? You and me?
Yeah, it had to be a couple years.
Yeah, long time, guys. So, I wanted to say another thing. So let's talk about like how many. I got one thing. So explain to fans like how many like. How many championship did you win? So let's talk about how many championship did you win
Actually,
in boxing?
it was 3 championships, and then the next year I applied for the Golden Glove. I mean, to go into the Olympics, yeah. And I went to up in Ohio to try for the Olympics, and I lost. So I had to get to make it to the Olympics. Then the next year is when I got drafted into the service, and so I didn't continue boxing. And I did get a chance to box a little bit in the service after I went to career. And I had to spend about a year and something in service then. And the war was almost over. And they told us, they chose certain one of us that we could go to Japan on a leave to kind of give you appreciation, almost like a gift. He to go on a furlough, and the Japanese people, anyway, they sure did treat us nice. But anyway, to make a long story short again, is while I was there and on my furlough, the company I was in, they did let me train the boxer for about, I guess about 4, 5, or 6 months, something like that. And they called me in one day and told me, that I was being discharged. It really surprised me, man, because I was scheduled after I trained there with them, they were going to send me to New York or Chicago to fight in the city. And strange enough, the trainer in the service called me one day in the office and told me discharged. You see.
So they called you one day, so you were getting discharged?
Right. I'll never forget that. That was one of the biggest surprises I ever seen. You know. But it turned out to be great. Doesn't mean to get off the front line.
Oh, like when you was, I got one. I do want to say, like when you was in the army, like did you so like did you survive in the army, like pretty much?
Yes, it's very, very fortunate because, like I said, I fought in the combat, but I didn't really actually what you call fight. I was in the medic. I was the one that had, you know, and the medics are like the doctor, you know, on the front, and whenever anybody gets shot or blown up or something, whatever it is, you have to, run down, you know, we pick them up and things and stuff. That is really a job by itself. I'm going to say it's
Yeah.
it's
I feel you, man.
Nobody really actually wants to experience. I'm going to say.
Mm-hmm. You guys hear that, guys? So when did you start? So what? I forgot what you start. When did you start going to the army? It was I forgot for a moment.
I didn't understand you.
So when did you start going into the army? What year? I wonder.
Well, that's what I told you in the beginning. You remember it was something that I was drafted in '52 and then come back home in '54. You know.
So you came back home 54. Oh, okay. That makes sense now. So you've been huh?
I come home though about anywhere between 2 and 4 months early though for '54 because by serving or duty overseas, where they gave all of us about anywhere between 2 and 4 more months leave, break,
Oh, okay. So two and 4.
Stayed last year all the way,
So last year all the way.
Yeah, in other words, before that year was out, about 2 or 3 months before they went that in, before 54 was before December. I think it was in July or August or something. I have to look at my contact.
July or August.
But then they gave everybody that went on duty when I did, like a around 2 to 4 months break, to show, appreciation, for your overseas duty,
So you came home so it's 2 to 4 months after, like in 1954.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. In other words, instead of me staying the whole second year, which is 54, they send us home, about 2 or 3 months or something like that earlier, to show appreciation for, the service,
Yeah.
That was really good too. I'm gonna tell you.
Oh, okay. Well, guys, I appreciate you joining the. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I appreciate, I appreciate you guys joining the Melvin Show. I really appreciate it. We just want to say, make sure you leave a like, share with your friends, like, subscribe, tap the bell, turn on notifications so I'll know if you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Um, this is you want to say bye to everybody?
Yes. I appreciate the audience appreciation of your care. Extended to it. It's really remarkable that y'all are taking the time, to give me some type of recognition and honor.
Yeah. Well, guys, make sure you leave a like, share with your friends, like, subscribe, tap the bell, turn on notifications, and I love you guys. This is I appreciate you joining the talk show. Like, subscribe, tap the bell, turn on notifications, and I will see you on the next video. I love you guys, and I will see you guys next time. Bye, guys. Much love. Peace.